Why, good morning, boys and girls. Happy Resurrection Day to everyone. If you're some sort of Christian person, I'll drink to that. That's very good. Otto and I have decided that we're not going to celebrate Easter this year because we couldn't afford it. So he went down and got a quarter pound of boiled ham, some cheese, and I think we're going to make some Easter egg omelets for dinner today. Isn't that wonderful? That's how excited we are about Easter. And no one even invited us. No. Well, I've been on a hiatus for the last couple days because I have been so troubled and so worried about two of my dear friends. One is an old friend from up north, and she's very sick, and well, it's a sad situation, but it's a sad situation, and I gotta snap myself out of it. Yes, I must be happy. But again, this week something else happened. And I have permission to tell you, so I'll tell you. My little Stevely Weevly, sweetest person in the whole world, outside of Otto. No, sweetest person in the whole world. And by the way, first of all, I want to give credit where credit's due. This is a Stevely Weevly creation. But I'll get back to that. Poor Stevely Weevly. Daniela called and said early in the week, and I was worried because I hadn't seen them for a couple of days. And so I sent a message over and said, what's going on over there? The garage door hasn't opened or anything that I could see. There's no movement. There's no signs of life. And I thought, geez, what could this be all about? Sure enough, Daniela says, listen, Stevely Weevly's in the hospital with some stones. And at first I thought he said Stevely Weevly was in the hospital stoned. And I thought, no, I'm hearing this wrong. Say that again, please. Stevely Weevly's in the hospital with, what do they call it? Kidney stones. I said, geez, that's bad. I just thought that must be very painful. What is it? No, I knew what it was. I had a Ken doll growing up. In any event, yes, yeah, he had some kidney stones, so they rushed him to the hospital and they shoved, oh, you can imagine, you know what they do, they shove catheters up you, and oh, God. I've had that happen to me. Of course, I rather enjoyed it at the time. Yeah, I did. I really did. I'd like to do that again. In fact, I think Otto said that when he had a catheter last time, that it relieved him so much that he'd be happy to have one in there all the time. He's very strange. So Stevely Weevly was in the hospital for a few days. Oh my God. So I did send him a text message and said, I'm really concerned about you because I hope that they put you in the north wing of the hospital because it has wonderful views, and I hope that you're on the east side so that you can see the beach and the ocean and everything. It's such a nice view, and that's such a nice hospital. It's fairly new, and God, I love it. It's one of the nicest hospitals I've ever been in. if not the most. Yeah, I think it is the nicest hospital I've ever been in. Physical hospital, not mental hospital, because there's some really good ones of those out there. So, where was I going with this? Oh, Stevely Weevly. So I said, and he wrote back a text, and he sounded a little perturbed. To which he said, "Mother, I have all these things stuck in me, all of these catheters, and I'm in great pain." So I guess he wasn't really much in the mood for discussion of environment. And I still haven't asked him till now. I'm going to wait until he gets better. So the other day I went over and he let me know that it was okay to come visit, because after the little texting, I said, oh, he's pissed at me for good now. But no, and I did a video, and after I finished 2 videos earlier in the week, Otto said, you really shouldn't show those. I mean, there's those HIPAA rules that you can't do this. And I said, really? And I said, do you think no, not for kidney stones, is it? And he said, yes. So I didn't do it. So when I went over to see Steven, and so I deleted both of the videos. Trouble I'm in. And one of them was very good. And so when I went over to see them, I told Stevely Weevly that I welcomed him home, and I was really concerned, and he told me all about the stones and things. And he may have to go in again, the poor guy. I mean, I just love him. So he's just so sweet, and he's very handsome, and he's just so fit. The last person you'd ever expect was kidney stones. Yeah, I'd expect my old Ken doll to have kidney stones, but not Stevely Weevly. Anyhow, I haven't heard anything. I saw him walking around the neighborhood yesterday, so I assume that he's better. Oh, and it's a lovely day here. And I have to show you what I'm drinking. It is a mint julep. Our mint, Otto and I planted some mint, and it's all in, and it's just lovely. We planted it so we could have some for Derby Day. Well, this is the test run. We'll call it Underby Day. Oh, the hat. Okay, so a couple weeks ago the doorbell rang, and it was Stevely Weevly, and I said, "What do you want, bitch?" And he said, "Oh, I have a gift for you." I said, "Oh, then do come in." So he said, "Where's Otto? Was he going to test my temperature?" I said, "Oh, no. Beware of Greeks bearing gifts, not geeks. So come on in, girl." So she came in, and she had this behind her back, and this. And I thought, oh my God, look at this. It looks like wisteria gone mad. Wisteria hysteria. Wisteria hysteria. That's what you should call it. So he said, no, this is an Easter bonnet. Now let me see. He always does things that are so subtle, but with a lot, he's cerebral. Oh God, he's so brilliant. But he's not on the, he's so above everyone else that you can't understand a fucking thing he does. So he has this thing hanging off in the front, and I said, okay, I don't think it's a directional signal, but every place my head goes, it goes. So it must be like a astrolabe, or what do they call those old things before directions, computer directions, a compass, right? And I thought, well, it must be a compass. So I let it go at that. But I knew that this is a little, it looked like a Peep, but this one's not, you know, the Peep, the marshmallow Peeps, but this one's not edible. So I said, oh, geez, it's very nice, Stevely Weevly. And he said, well, here, it's for you. And I said, oh, I'll get it right back to you as soon as I'm done. I'll wear it for Easter. He says, well, yes, that's the idea. So then he told me the secret behind it, because I didn't understand it, you know, right over the top of my head. I think I had something to drink that day, and then I answered the door. But anyhow, she says, no, this is Peep, and this is an L, people. And I said, well, that's not it. People? No. Peep. Marshmallow Peep? That would be going back the other way. What is it of? It's got some sort of a drop heart. Peep heart. Peephole? Do you remember what he called it, Otto? What is the symbolism? Peep? People? Peephole?
I don't know.
See, even Otto doesn't know. Oh, wait a minute, let me see. I think it looks like a ship. Peep ship. Yeah, that must be it. Peep ship. Peep arrow. Peep arrow. There's an arrow and a, what do they call that? Archery. Peep archery. Peep bow. Psst. Peep bow. Peep bow. Peep bow. Peep bow. Now, I can't remember what it stands for, but see what I mean about him? He's so bright. The rest of us just don't understand a fucking thing he says. Well, that's also because he speaks so softly that you just shake your when he's around Otto and I. We usually don't understand anything. We're just happy to see him here. So he speaks and we just nod our head. And then a little bit he'll go Daniela. 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 So when I was over there the other day, who should be in the back room and come stumbling in a most statuesque way, because of she's a looker. This Daniela is a looker. She looks like a retired football player for the Nashville. What the hell's the Nashville team? I can't even think. The Nashville Blues or something. You know. Chargers. Bengals. No, I don't forget it. I haven't watched football in years. So Daniela came out and she's having health issues too. So, I mean, we all sat around and discussed our health issues. And that was depressing as shit. So I had, with tears in my eyes, I left. I think I went through a half a box of Kleenex while I was there. Oh, and when I blow my nose, the whole the whole neighborhood shakes. So anyhow, so now I'm praying for Stevely Weevly and for Daniela, because she's a sweetheart. And yeah, I want to make Daniela some special. I do keto cooking, so I want to make some keto stuff for Daniela so that he can avoid any health problems that are caused by eating carbs. So I love the keto diet. Eat all kinds of fats things. Cream and whipped cream and the coffee every morning. Make my own sugar-free ice cream. Otto bought me a clever contraption. It's an ice cream freezer, but it's a new one. It's not the kind that you that you get arthritis from? No, there's no human contact. You just throw in the stuff, push a button, and it has a refrigeration unit in it, so you don't have to get dry ice or ice and salt and all that bull. So that's been very nice. And I said, this freezes up, and you can just scoop it out. In fact, I got a melon baller. I finally ordered a melon baller because the other day I was looking for some way to serve caviar in, because I don't want caviar with crackers or blini. So I said, if I get caviar, if I get little, those English cucumbers, if I cut those, I can make little cups that stand up, and with my melon baller, scoop out a little top on it, so they're like little sake cups. That's a good idea too. I could put sake in them whenever I want. Isn't that a good idea? I could put sake with my melon baller, if I cut out some cucumbers and put sake in it. Wouldn't that be good? Yeah, Otto agrees. He likes that idea too. So I said, I'll get this for the ikura, the caviar, and put it in there. Well, we had the caviar the other day too soon before the melon baller. We couldn't wait for the melon baller forever to get here. But now the melon baller's here, and we get it. God, I wish I was smart so I could figure this out. I don't understand this thing. Everything in the yard is growing like crazy. Oh my God. Two of the bamboo that Don from Western Tennessee sent us, 2 of the 10 have survived. Now, you think, oh, that's terrible, you poor dear, you must went through a drought. No, I did not go through a drought. I do not have green thumbs. But being in Florida helps, because you really don't. You shove any shit in the ground and it'll grow. Seriously, it really will. Yes. But everything's in blossom. I have a gardenia plant, and I noticed today that the gardenia blossoms are ready to come out. And I'm going, oh my God, this is wonderful. Oh, life is too good. I did some painting this morning. That was nice. I had a good idea yesterday, or during the middle of the night, and so I woke up and planned it, and then today I executed it, the plan, not the dream. And I worked outside a little bit this morning and watered my plants, and I was so cheerful. Got all my pills ready. I put them in little things for the pill planners for the week. It's just little things like that I do on Sunday mornings, and it becomes habitual. And speaking of habitual, we have Otto. Otto is habitual. Do you have your earphones in, dear? Oh, she does.
I'm trying to ignore you.
She's trying to ignore me. How rude. And after all the love I give him.
They're called hearing aids.
What?
They're called hearing aids.
What are?
Earphones.
Is that what I said, earphones?
Yeah.
Hearing aids. Yes, hearing aids. I never get that stuff squared over. Because he started with headphones that's what I call them, headphones. Because he was using headphones to augment his volume on the television. And then he went to using closed caption English to English. Yeah, that worked. Really? What else is happening? Well, like I said, all my stuff is all blossoms here and there. It's just divine. My bird's paradise have gone crazy this year. I'm so happy. I think that now we know how how to love our avocado tree. I think maybe we'll get avocados this year. We didn't get any last year. And I think that we just need some fresh water and not the reclaimed water. We use reclaimed water here on our lawns and on most of our shrubbery and stuff. And it doesn't seem to bother anything, but the one thing it does bother because of the salt content, I think, in the reclaimed water, which filters through some salty rocks. Okay. That it's been hurting our little avocado. And this is the avocado that we started from a pit. It was the pits. No, just pit. No plural. Well, happy Easter, everyone. And I hope you all went to church. And I know that some of you Christians are studying at the Bible College, talking in tongues, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Talking in tongues is a very unique language, yes. I can never get the syntax myself, but that's okay. Go for it, girls. Mother over and out.